with that.
It's server
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, fuck it. And hi, everybody. Welcome to edition of the Rising Legends Chapter 3. I, of course, am kind of beloved Overlord Rude Guys, ordinary to playing Steam, Weapon Drum with the Flame Boy, Fly, Fly, the Guy 98.
Corin! 満を持して。
Our, Spirit King Hiiro.
He's trying to find a button at the moment. There we go. That's what I was trying to find. Yeah, it's been a little too long, might I say?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Crimson Fire Security Crimson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder why I'm talking so posh? I've been, I've been thinking about this character, and I'm going to play him a bit more differently than I used to. He's not going to be the dickhead he was before. So, Gears can rest easy. He's not going to be getting ridiculed every episode.
So he's not going to just be you.
Yeah, but I am offended. Being Scottish does not mean I am 100% a dick at all times. It just happens to be my natural. This happens to be my natural mode.
It's just a natural setting, you know. If you're from Scotland at all,
but you've met me in real life. I'm surprisingly nice in real life. My online persona, not so much.
Yeah, but our Goblin slaying Goblin Sentaifan.
So to really mix it up.
And finally, we're joined by our wonderful DM, Markus.
That would be me, and welcome back, everybody. It has been too long since the
has.
holidays and the COVID and everything else that's been going on. But
TL, LDR, people. The holidays got in the way of certain things, and the fact that my mom and I had COVID did not help either.
Yep, that and school stuff and everything else, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Doesn't really help.
But now we're back and we're better than ever. But we do not have the habit of making things better.
Of course.
I mean, we didn't bring up the Sunless Citadel moment.
Anyway, moving on.
So, do we want a very quick recap of where we're at in our?
Might as well.
Okay, so
how long it's been? Yeah.
At the end of at the last adventure we had, it was very eventful. The team had gotten into and delivered the relic to the Oracle and the Eye of the Allfather, the Temple of Anam, and we're presented with a multitude of options for how to proceed to obtain a conch of teleportation that they need. To visit King Hecaton's lair. The chosen path was to go to a location called Grudd Hog, G-U-R-D-D Hog, H-A-U-G, which was the lair of the chief of the Hill Giants, Chief Guh. And you guys knew that much, and you also magically were imbued with the knowledge of where that would be and the shortest path to get there. With that being said, I want to present to you another a handout for the group, and this is the travel to the layer. I'm going to add it to all your journals, and I'm going to show it to all players. So,
whoa!
Your adventures so far have been basically along the Evermore Way, the East-West Evermore Way, but a lot of what you've done, your entire careers mostly have been down that road and up the long road, even up to the spine of the world. Where you are is where your travel was from the spine of the world, still up in the snowy areas, in the ruins where you fought the dragon wormlings, the white dragon wormlings. That's where we left off last time. Defeated them outside of north of Mirabar, huh?
I thought they were a little older than that because the way the tokens looked, I thought they were like young dragons or something like that.
They were. They may have been. I don't know. White dragon of some
White
level.
dragons. Just
Of
white
some
dragons.
level. Of some level.
Yeah.
I understand there was some. The thought was you guys were going to try to find a town and stock up on some things and try to spend some of your gold that you've amassed. So
Oh, right.
I believe that's where we were starting off. I will say that if you are um, for mundane items, like if you need to resupply like rations or
Yeah.
general supplies, uh, you're going to be fine going to really any of these small cities along your route. Um, None of them are going to be as large as the cities on the coast, which would be quite a bit out of your way. So,
Mhm.
um, you can always look. You can always try your luck in one of the things. Tribor. Is where you have a little bit of a bad reputation, so it might be worth trying to salvage that. If I believe that was the location where you got into the fight and paid off the guy. Um,
That guy. I was like, wait. I was trying to remember that. I'm like,
I
was it
believe that
Gold?
was Tribor. Someone can correct me if not, but I think that's where you guys were. Um, but as you
I don't
see,
remember. I don't remember if it was
you have
Tribal.
to
I know.
travel quite a bit further south down the long road, almost to the end, and you know that the lair is uh, just off of the Desserin River, um, and it is just north of Golden Fields. So that is where you are needing to travel to get to where you're eventually going. It will be at least a good solid week or probably week to 10 days of travel just to get there with staying at a regular pace, and obviously either camping or staying and stopping at cities to stay in an inn or what have you.
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
so does anyone have any questions about where you're at? Everyone good on their level 8 stuff, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
did audit through um, uh, Flutter stuff for Rex, and I will tell you one thing you are going to need to get for one of those two spells that you picked. Um,
Yeah.
One of them has a material component. It's the Revivify. It
Oh,
has a material
Revivify.
It has a material component of a 1,000 gold piece value diamond, which is consumed when you use it.
actually, I did look it up. Actually, if you're talking about Revivify, I do have
Yep,
it myself. It's only 300 DP diamond about it.
it's 300. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
300. Yeah.
Thank you. I was going from memory. So that's something you'll need to get, but fairly. I mean, there's jewelers in these towns. You probably could get a diamond worth that in
I
fairly
have to pick
small.
up a couple myself actually because I forgot I even had that spell. I need to pick up a couple of those myself actually.
Okay. All right. So that being said, is there a town on your marching order you wish to stop at? Do you want to
Um.
stop at Tribor and do a little, uh, you know, maybe go be seen as a little more civil? Do you want to stop at some of the earlier places and see what they have? What's the plan? Going down the long road, uh, you can be fairly, you can not stop until you probably get to spend each night in a place and not worry
Yeah.
too much about random encounter. So, what does the party
Mm.
want to do?
Hmm.
Was Tribor the one where we got kicked out of the bar? Or was that a long saddle?
Yeah, see, I think it was Tribor, but
It might have been Trifor. It might have actually been long. It might have actually been Long Saddle. I think.
Because the thing is, though, we did before we went to this, we were heading somewhere else to get something. So possibly, if we could get a lodging in Tribor before we head down to where we're going for the Hill Giant, it'd be easier to get to the. I think it
Yeah.
was Everland or Hawksnest to see these other
Everland was where you were going to go to speak to. Do you remember who? The Harpers.
Hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Before we double back to
That
help
you
Murshnag.
that is 100% doable. If you want to do that before you go do the hill giant thing, you can. It's up to you. That is still on the table.
No, I was just saying, Tribor is at the intersection where we would have to turn to head to everyone. Then this would be maybe better if we had some sort of.
I would almost say like we just go down the road normally, and then just after we deal with the hill giant thing, because there are roads that can connect back up to Everland, so we don't have to like turn around midway through.
Mm,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So you guys want to put it to a vote? Who wants to go giant thing first, then Everland?
Yeah, I'd probably say like I said, I'd probably say giant thing first because that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
giant.
Yeah,
I
let's
agree.
deal with the giant. Yeah.
So main quest above the side quest sounds like the consensus, but a
consensus.
good memory for Everland because I thought you guys had forgotten about it.
I still
Fine.
have the I still I think the I think that I do I think I still have a letter in my inventory that has to go there anyways. So that I think I was given.
Huh.
I think it was there. It was for I think it was for some ship to go somewhere. I think.
Yep. And
Ah.
yep. So these are definitely honestly side quests that you can do 100% before or after. It's
Yeah.
up to you. Um, so we're stopping in Tribor. Is that
Yes.
my thing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, Tribor is it's a moderately sleepy little town. You recognize, you've been there. And do you want to, you know where the actual inn is, and it's, obviously different from the tavern. The inn is just an inn. Um, do you wish to go to the tavern for the evening?
As much as I would want to, I'd probably say we should probably just limit our time. Limit our time. Most
Mhm.
towns, minus maybe picking up some equipment, because since we're going down there, we kind of have to. We kind of want to try to get down there as soon as
Okay.
we can.
Yeah. So.
All right. So that's fine. You can do that. And I will say, when you get into town, there are quite a few people that um, look familiar. Like maybe they might have been in the bar that night. It was a pretty crowded night when you guys decked a bunch of people. Fortunately, knocked out most of them. Didn't kill uh,
Yeah, we didn't.
any, but like, you know, one dude. It's one guy. You only killed one guy.
Which was purely accidental. By
All right. All right. Um, so you guys, do you need to do anything in town before you settle in for the night?
Not that I can
Nope.
think of, because
Not.
there
Yeah, I
should be
don't
some
think
stuff
so.
we can do. Like we can pick up our equipment. We can pick up like
Hmm.
the stuff we actually need, like more rations and stuff, closer to when we get close to the giant thing.
You can. You can.
Mhm.
Okay. Are you?
I'm
What you need?
I'm gonna head to the blacksmith and
Okay.
ask if he can silver my rapier.
Ah.
Yeah. Um, the blacksmith can do that. And actually, it won't cost a lot just to silver the rapier. Let me see.
Silvering costs 100 GP per weapon offered
So,
to every 10 pieces of ammunition. I don't
yep.
just looked up
So,
there quickly.
yeah. So that's not. You guys got plenty of gold. Anyone could do 100 gold pieces. You can get a weapon silvered.
So here's the thing, right? So are we forgetting about the fact that I'm currently holding on to 14,000 GP?
Well,
I was gonna say like since he was going to do that, I'll just give him the gold real quick because we have plenty. Like
so
you know
if
what?
anyone
I'll
now,
join him. I'll actually get my I'll get my quarterstaff the end of it silver so I can have that too.
okay, make sure you guys. So that gold you have, is that party gold?
Yes, that's the party gold. That's the party fund that I'm keeping in case like we need to buy
Do
stuff.
we want to split that up so that people can buy stuff individually at this point?
Mm,
I'll take.
guess.
I'll
I'm
take the
asking if everyone wants their gold so they can spend it if they need to and to keep track of it. Or if you are going to keep track of everybody's gold and everyone's good with that, that's fine. I just want to make sure that that's something everyone's okay with.
I think we no.
I'm
I think what we
okay
did
either
was we
way.
have like I think we had currently about 2,000-3,000 gold each currently. So that's why I was holding on to it in case like
Hold on, let me check how much I have real quick.
we should have close to like somebody should have close to like 3,000 gold still. I think I still.
Yeah,
I think
I have 2,000 gold, so we should we should be fine. How we're like,
Yeah,
with,
I'm
like
okay.
how we're
Like,
situated.
I more or less have the gold, that party gold, for like if we stay at inns, like getting stuff upgraded and stuff like that. The casual gold is for like if someone wants.
Okay. So anyone who wants to get a weapon silvered can do so. Make sure you just make sure you subtract 100 gold pieces for it, and just note on the item that it's silvered. Certain creatures cannot be hurt by magical or silver items, but most of your stuff's magical now anyway.
So, what's the benefit of getting it silvered?
There's
If
certain.
it can come across like any wear type creature, we can I think hit them to actually hit them. I think.
So at this level, silvering may be extraneous. Can't think of a situation where you might need it. If your weapon is magical, generally anything that can't be harmed by anything but silver can also be harmed by magic items as well. So usually it's like can't be harmed by only thing by silver, or only by silver and magic. So
I did it because the fact that I did it personally because of my two classes together. I don't always have spell slots hanging about, so I need to have something that can.
That is fine. If you want to spend the gold on it, that is fine. Just note the weapon is silver. So I will say, so who all is getting weapon silver? So I know what the crowd is like at the blacksmith.
Not me.
Not you.
I don't know if there's much benefit in getting mine silvered. So
okay. So it sounds like Angus and Gears are hanging out at the inn, unless you guys wanted to go somewhere else. And it sounds like that we have Cairo, Rex, and Nyx are at the blacksmith.
Well, I said, no, I'm not getting my.
You're not getting yours. Okay, so Nyx and Cairo are at the blacksmith getting stuff silvered. So
speaking of which,
I will say, as you do that, you guys are kind of drawing like some looky loos. So nobody approaching you, but people kind of like are recognizing. It seems like you're a little more well known than you maybe were last time you went through town. So
speaking of which,
looks around. There's suddenly a post that says, "Do not let this man in your bar. He will stab somebody." Especially if he looks like Adam Sandler.
Well, the town watch has not approached you or anything, and then you've been around them. They've seen you. They've noticed you, but no one has approached you. You don't feel like you're wanted men or anything. Remember, you paid that guy pretty well off for his troubles.
Yeah.
He kind of extorted you guys a little bit at that point, which he kind of had to. But no, I'm just saying you do notice that people know you're there, and they see you at the blacksmith spinning your hard-earned gold. While you guys are doing that, does Angus or Gears or Rex or any of you guys who are at the inn want to be doing something other than being at the inn? Any other business?
Just relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are just hanging out. They do have a small little think about like a kind of a medium hotel. They have a little area in the down where they have maybe not a lot, maybe like a little bit of whatever house ale they have, and a place to sit and just kind of hang out outside of the room. Are you guys getting a room for everyone, or are you getting individual rooms?
I think individual rooms.
Yeah, easier that way.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Fairly cheap. It's 10 gold piece total for everybody for the night. Prices are going up a little bit, but that means one person can pay it. It can be paid out of the. Hold on one sec.
Interesting ringtone.
You know.
It's mostly just the default ringtone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, it's pretty interesting.
Anyway.
So, how about that local sports team?
Yeah, it could work.
Right, you wide awake now, aye, on the on time? No.
Shut your hole.
12 o'clock, he says. I'm going to my bed.
Did I say 12 o'clock?
Aye, you did. You said I'm going to 12.
I said I'll be on to about 12. So if you want to, you can sit down and you can shut up for a bit.
No, I've been at the room all night till I to play it.
I'm.
And you
We-
feel
Sorry about
sick.
That was my
Oh.
wife. Hey,
No problem.
so chilling out. I heard chilling out by Angus, chilling out by Gears. Rex, are you doing the same thing? You just hanging out?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, you guys are hanging out down below, and you guys are still at the blacksmith getting your stuff silvered. When a guy in a cloak comes up and like sits down at your table with you and pulls his hood back. It's an elf. It just feels like he may be like a wood elf. He's got some rugged features, like he may have been on the road. And he leans forward as he goes, "Hey, you guys look like adventurers who might have some gold to spend. Is that accurate?"
That it is.
Hmm. He says, "Now, I'm just the middleman, but I can give you, well, I can give you an opportunity to part with some of that gold for some really good stuff.
Oh,
But I do require let's call it a finder's fee." And he pulls out a little card, it's smaller than a playing card like you would be used to for playing like card games and stuff. And he says, "I have in my hand uh, the connection I think adventurers like you are looking for. But
oh,
and he's kind of waving it around, wiggling around his hand, flipping it between his fingers, kind of and stuff. And he's like, but uh, I don't know if you guys are going to be willing to part with the gold that's the finder's fee.
well,
What exactly
One
are you
thou-
offering?
He says 1,000 gold, and this will be worth it." And he sets it flat on the table, and he puts his hand over it. He says, "This offer expires in 1 minute from now.
What exactly is it that you're offering?
I'm offering to connect you with someone who can exchange gold for some powerful goods."
oh.
And how do we know? Oh, these are actually powerful goods, and you're not selling us counterfeit.
Well, I'm not selling anything. I'm selling this card I have here will get you in touch with the person that has the items you're looking for.
What my friend means is can you ensure us that the seller is aware that the items are the genuine article rather
Oh,
than
I've never heard of any complaints before. I will tell you that I work for him in a scout capacity, because
aha.
he doesn't deal with just riffraff or just adventurers who are just starting out. They don't have the gold for the things he sells. And he does traffic in magic, so you sometimes have to be careful who you approach. But um, yes, that's I can assure you, I have never heard a complaint from his business.
Okay, good to know.
What do you mean,
1,000 gold or not?
me and Cairo aren't there?
The offer's up. You guys can stumble in now at this point if you want to.
Sure.
Sure.
And
We walk in.
you guys see this elf at the table. His hands on the table. He's leaning over like, "Well, what's it gonna be, guys?"
I'm going to appear at the table and. What may your business be here, gentlemen?
He says, "Oh," and he pulls up. He pulls out. He looks at you, Nix, and he pulls out like a monocle over his eye, and he goes, "Oh, uh, interesting." And he leans up real close and says, "We don't get that many changelings around here." And leans back and puts his monocle back in his pocket. And he says, "I'm offering an opportunity. I'm I'm offering an opportunity to connect you with someone who can sell you goods that adventurers of your status might be interested in. But the
Well-
offer is about to expire. Your friends actually need to make a decision right now. I've actually gone past normally what I allow. I was given a minute. It's been almost 2. Gentlemen, yes or no?
What do you guys think?
Good
we
one.
cut-
I
Can
see
we-
no
can we
problem
trust
with
him?
this.
Can we trust him?
He seems trustworthy enough if he can ensure that his boss
Does someone
sells.
want to? You could roll an insight check to see
I'll
if
do
you
it.
believe he's lying or not,
I'll
or
do
if
it.
there's any other way of doing that. So
I'll
Um,
insight.
You know what?
roll your insight.
I'll also roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
Angus, you're pretty confident that although you can't verify his facts, he 100% believes what he's saying, and I will say that Rex gets the exact same feeling that he believes what he has is worth the gold.
Okay,
So
so
you're not getting vibes off him as if he is a con man.
okay, good.
As we
So
go
since
for
that's the case, I say that we accept his offer.
Just to make it not, just in case if he isn't being completely forthcoming, because obviously I'm gonna have the gold somewhere else, but pull it out from behind, pull it out from behind my back to make it look like it's coming from somewhere completely different.
Okay. So he says he pats next to his hand that he's covering the card, and he says, "Gold here, and the card is yours."
Tossing the bag onto the table at that
Okay.
point.
It's 1,000 gold's a big bag. He grabs the bag and he
You just
picks
got
it. He grabs it and picks it up and pulls it off. He actually reaches out in a bag that looks very familiar to you, a bag type, and puts it in there, and it seems to go in without any weight at all.
Bag of holding.
He's
Yep.
not the only one. Then.
And he slides the card into the middle of the table, and he says, "Here is what you need to do. Take this somewhere. Tonight is a full moon. Take this tent somewhere where you have a lot of space, a big clearing, and the instructions will be revealed on this card on how to make contact." And he hands you basically this. It just looks like that. It's the size. I say smaller. It's a business card size. If you want, if you knew what that might be in, but it appears just like that. So, and he says, "Gentlemen, enjoy your shopping. I bid you farewell." And he walks out of the door,
Of course, at that
I
point,
sit
leaving you all sitting around you by all means sitting around this table in the inn.
of course, at that point, I'm gonna pick up the card because, of course, of all the people to pick up the card, it's gonna have to be me. I mean, come on.
Okay, you can pick it up. Was just sitting on the table. It's just
Yeah,
blank.
it's-
The back
it up.
is completely blank. It doesn't have the border. The front is just like I showed you.
All right, just obviously.
Nix is going to roll a history to see if he knows any. Well, no, since he's travelled a lot, he's going to see if he can think of who around this area would be famous for trafficking magic items. Because
Okay.
there's one name that springs to mind to me right now, personally. I'm not fucking with this guy if it is.
Let's roll your history. You've never heard of someone. You've heard of someone doing magical writing. I will say from your history that it shows up in certain conditions like over fire or in moonlight or potentially like in the presence of a certain metal. You're aware of that type of magical scribing. You are not familiar with anyone who is trafficking in magic that uses that as a point of contact. That's not familiar to you.
Okay, I was worried it was going to be the Xanathar, and then we'd be fucked.
No. Xanathar would have had you come straight to Waterdeep, probably.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Have
Who the fuck's Xanathar?
I'll
Xanathar
explain later.
is a beholder crime lord. out of
Yes.
Waterdeep.
Yes.
Huh.
Don't. If you ever
So
meet him, DLBot, don't touch the goldfish. Do not touch the goldfish.
Don't.
why?
It's a bad idea. Just put that out there. It's a very bad idea.
Hmm
Trust it. Trust me.
So,
Bad idea.
So you guys you have this card. You did say this evening is a full moon, and he tells you that's when you need to go take it out and look at it. So, do you want to do anything before night falls?
No.
Not that I can think of exactly.
Night has fallen. You
Well,
guys are
just to be safe, I'll use my new ability, Changeling Metamorphosis, to get myself dark vision so I can actually see.
all right.
Temporarily, I'm gonna keep the card in my pocket until we find like a big open space because I don't want that card getting a moonlight on it yet.
Okay. So
That'd
you
be
keeping it in there, and you actually it's not hard. It's maybe a 30-minute ride out of town past some of the basic the actual farmland that's being attended to before you find a good clearing that's probably I don't know. It's a good half a football field length, pretty good size area.
Yeah.
Um,
At that point, then as soon as we get out into the field, take the card out and just kind of just look at it for a second and see if anything has to happen with the card first.
All right. Well, when you pull it out, the card does you see a kind of quick and a faint glow around it, and then you see the lettering appear.
Oh my god. Okay, hold this card overhead when the moon is full. Clearing of 250 feet or more while speaking. Oh, wait.
Oh.
That's really the command words?
That's what it says.
I mean, okay, just just hold it overhead and just okay. Sorry, you're gonna hear some stuff in the background. Don't worry about it. But obviously, show me your deals, fat man.
All of a sudden, the area around you shimmers, and in just to the north of where you're at in this clearing, a tower appears
Whoa.
Whoa!
and a path that you're standing on in front of a doorway.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The sign over the door. This is not dark, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Like I didn't turn on darkness. You should see everything. There's no reason not to.
I'll put myself in the door, even though technically I'm outside.
That's fine. You can bring it out. There's a very large gentleman standing behind the the first table here, and there are magic items and things strewn about on all of the tables and various and sundry things. Well, you think they're magical.
Yeah.
You don't know yet, but so he says, "Welcome, welcome. Don't dawdle in the door. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in."
Just for a bit like of a that thing I actually wanted to make for specifically my tiefling in this. Like I'm gonna, the old look he used to have, that Kai used to have before I started walking through the door. That's when he just kind of. It's only gonna be a small it's not gonna actually change the way the class the way the race works, but he just shifts to a blue color at that point.
Okay. All right.
Then his whole look is just even though he's not changing by that means he's not changing at all. He just shifts his colors to more blue and more gold colors then.
Blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Right.
Good.
Cracking a couple fingers along the way and just to get used to his colors now.
Next is going to motion to Angus. Small guys first.
Yes, gentlemen, welcome. I've actually been expecting you. He said, my associate doesn't always get the faith that he needs to make his transaction and get people here, but I've found that people who are willing to part with that amount of gold for the opportunity probably have enough gold to afford my wares.
As Susie said that, though, looking at the card, I knew as soon as I saw this card there was going to be something different that was going to end up happening, because there's no way that someone like of your stature wouldn't just show up out of nowhere without a card like this.
Well, let me introduce myself. I am the Archmage Fictus. I used to be head of a giant wizard school, but in my retirement, I have been working at acquiring and transferring magic and wondrous items to adventurers like yourselves for a price. Of course, retirement is not cheap. And he walks over to you, and he is going to give you basically a list, and says, "This is currently what is available here in the shop at this moment in time. Feel free to give it a once over, give it a look. If anything looks like it's interesting to you, let me know. The prices are over there on the right, as well as what it might be. What the categories it falls into, etc., etc. And that is going to be posted, gentlemen, in the channel, in general, in Discord.
Okay.
Time to read.
I have not adjusted a markup or a discount because this is you guys are getting him his straight rates. Some items are mundane. He's got some stuff that are not magical. If there's anything you need or want from that, but
Huh.
Anything in here that anything in here you think would be like better than my or than Shatter Spike?
I doubt it. Your weapon is pretty strong.
Oh lord.
Hmm.
Gloves of missile snaring.
Hmm?
I was looking at the gloves here.
Mm.
Hmm.
That'd be good for like a good like for a monk.
What's this? Vicious Scimitar. What's
I
this
had a
do?
monk. I had a monk with that item actually. It was really awesome.
Huh.
So, so Hero still stepped away, right?
Yeah.
I think he's okay. Give him a moment to get back. I'm gonna go refill my drink and turn down the heater in here because it's getting hot as hell. And but look through the stuff. And if there's anything he wants, just kind of talk about it. Whatever. I think all of the items there link to details that are linkable on D&D Beyond, I believe. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Here's the, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. You're saying?
Here's,
What's up?
here's an interesting sword called the Dancing Sword.
The dancing
The
scimitar.
dancing. What the fuck does that do?
Hold
The
on.
dances.
Can I read it? Because I have it up.
Dancing sword.
You can use
You
a
can use a bonus action to toss this magic sword into the air and
What
speak
of?
command
What
word.
of? Sentai was wanting to speak.
I was gonna read it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
You can use a bonus action to toss this magic sword into the air and speak the command word. When you do so, the sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. The sword uses your attack roll and ability score modifier to damage rolls. While the sword hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the sword to attack one creature within 5 feet of it. After the hovering sword attacks for the fourth time, it flies up to 30 feet and tries to return to your hand. If you have no hand free, it falls to the ground at your feet. If the sword has no obstructed path to you, it moves as close to you as it can, and then it falls into the ground. Also, it ceases to hover if you grasp it or move more than 30 feet from it.
Oh, you're talking
So,
about? Is this a? I'm trying because I just got back. So is this the? Is this like
dancing
a
sword.
floating disc or something like that?
Yeah, the dancing sword.
Dancing Scimitar.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, armor of lightning resistance. Now that is a really good idea.
Oh,
Uh,
Hold on, let me see here.
I don't think we can afford that.
Let's see what we. I just want to see. What
oh yeah, 6,000 gold.
Eesh.
No,
Yeah.
no.
we could,
No.
but here's the thing: we could, but that would take like literally like what 40-ish% of our gold, 20% of the regular gold.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What do we have?
Anything in here that you feel would be like useful to, well, either offensive or defensive or anything like that?
Well, there's the adamantine armor, the adamantine ring mail. I'm reading it. The suit of armor is reinforced adamantine, one of the hardest substances in existence. While you're wearing it, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit.
Wow.
See, here's the problem with that though. If I go down the line with this character, because I'm probably gonna end up keeping him, I can just do that as an ability normally.
Huh.
Well, yeah. Well, let's talk.
Oh.
Okay. So adamantine ring mail. That's an interesting choice.
What's the I'm trying to think if there's anything in here that would up my AC by even a tiny bit. Because like I want to at least get to a decent AC.
Well, there's there's studded armor, leather armor for cold resistance.
Currently, I have what armor do I currently have? I have to find it now.
Hold on. What's this? Scimitar. Vicious scimitar. What's this? What's the deal with this one?
This deals extra damage and a critical hit.
Ah, boring.
Let's see here.
So
I
for a
would say about the rope
scimitar, it
use
would
items,
be.
but that's way too expensive.
I would want to try and get the heavy crossbow since I am lacking in terms of long range attacks, but that's way too fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Ugh.
16,000.
Nope.
Well, it is a +3. And +3 weapons are quite the rarity.
Fair enough.
I don't think we have. I think, Cairo, how much do we have in the party bank?
We got about 14,000, but that's some of the stuff in there is a little.
What do you guys think about the anti and ring mail for gears?
I
You
mean,
would be
it's
dropping.
cheap.
You would be dropping AC, I think, dear, because aren't you in plate?
Yeah, see, that's the problem right now. Is you'd be dropping. What the
Ooh,
hell?
really? Well, in that case, no deal.
Something happened to my sheet where like where my attacks and spell casting literally like there's the duplicates of certain things, which is weird.
Let me see here.
There might have been an update to Roll20 because I've noticed a few things here and there that don't look right.
I'm trying to see where I can find where it eventually like where it fully duplicates over, so that way I can find where to start getting rid of stuff at.
What's the Iron Horn of Valhalla?
Oh, no,
Expensive and good, but are we really going to need it right now?
Well, that's why I was asking what it is.
Marvin, I'll read it. You can use an action to blow this horn. In response, warrior spirits from the Valhalla appear within 60 feet of you. These are the statistics of a berserker. They return to Valhalla after 1 hour or when they drop to 0 hit points. Once used the horn, it can't be used again until 7 days have passed. 4 types of horn of Valhalla are known to exist, each made of a different metal. The horn's type determines how many berserkers answer its summons, as was the requirement for its use. So basically, with iron, proficient with all martial weapons. So like, So, yeah.
But here's the thing, DLBot. If you summon them and you don't meet the requirements, which isn't said in the item, the berserkers attack you instead of the enemy you summon them to attack.
Oh, geez. So
it's one of those.
so it's a catch-22.
Yes, it's one of those things that if you're not prepared for it, it will bite you in the ass.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not sure there's anything
Plus,
in
it
here
is
though.
also.
Oh, the only thing that I think about, the only thing that I would actually have to think about is
I'm back.
Listen,
it
welcome
might,
back.
it might slightly drop my AC, but it would help for to give me at least cold resistance as well as
Wow.
having resistance to fire.
You're gonna go
But-
for the studded
So-
leather arm?
So what's been the thought?
We're looking things over, seeing if.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure if there's anything in here that would be like.
So he hears you. He sees you. He hears what you're saying. He sees that you're like,
Kind of debating.
He
it.
says, all right. He goes, I'm getting the feeling that maybe my wares that I have right now aren't really to your liking. Is that is that pretty accurate? He's like, maybe just sometimes it's just not the stuff that you need, right? I get it. It doesn't
Right.
fit your, it doesn't fit what you. So I can do this once per transaction based on the magic. So I have to tell you, there is a command word I can speak. We'll need to all step out of the tower,
All right.
but there is a command word I can speak that will basically, once every transaction, will reset some of my inventory. I can't do it if you buy anything that I've currently got, but if we haven't had a transaction yet, you haven't handed any gold over, I can kind of, it's kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know if you call it a reset, maybe. I don't know.
It's just a magical restock, basically. in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Alright.
should probably end up doing that because we didn't hand over any gold yet, and a lot of the stuff is kind of.
Yeah, I
it's
think we should go
gold,
with that
but
option.
it's not-
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Yep. Step it out.
All right. So, everyone steps out. He goes out with you,
Of course.
and he does some incantations, and he says, the command words: Imperium, Alternus, Delete. And the shop kind of shimmers like real crazy. It goes very, very white, bright, like you have to shield your eyes, and then it pops back immediately back into view. And he says, let's see what we got. And he walks in and gets behind the counter. He starts rifling through some papers. He goes, I'll need one moment, please. He's looking through everything. He goes, let's see here. Okay, looks like that's coming across all right. Got a little of that. Okay, well, didn't know I was going to get a stock of that. Okay, well, that's not horrible. I don't know that you're going to enjoy this one, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay.
With this one,
Let's see what we got, guys. And hopefully this is more to your liking. Give you another link here.
All right.
Okay, fingers crossed, guys.
Fingers crossed we get some actually. I'm not saying the items weren't bad, but the items were a bit weird. Like they were kind of in between each other, really.
Okay, let's see here.
Okay, let's see.
Okay,
What do we got this time?
okay, light crossbow.
So while you guys are perusing, he said, "So
Oh,
now that you're officially, even though it hasn't traded hands, we're officially customers of mine. I'm gonna let you know a little bit about how I do business. keep that card.
Okay.
Once every so often, and the magic kind of knows when it's time for this to happen. But if you go into a full moon, go into a clearing like this, I'll reappear. But it doesn't always work. It works when certain things happen. I don't know, like certain landmarks in your adventuring career occur.
I see.
We could, I'll reappear to you. So
All right.
Ooh. Ooh, hello here. What's here? What exactly do we have here? Oath bow.
Longsword
some of this stuff's way out of your price range, though.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, yeah, absolutely. What about this, guys? What about this oath bow thing here? I've been meaning to fix my issue with having like no long range attacks, save for the fucking spear.
Let's see here. I'm gonna read it real quick. Let's see here. When you knock an arrow on this bow, it whispers an elvish swift defeat to my enemies. When you use this weapon to make a range attack, you can add the command phrase, say swift death to you who have wronged me. Which the command phrase for that might have to change slightly because a lot of people we fight haven't really wronged us in any way. So
Right.
the target of your attack means your sworn enemy until it dies or until basically a week passes. You can only have one enemy per at a time, like period. You can't have a second one somehow. Only one. When your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next con. When you make a range attack against that person, you have advantage on the roll. In addition, they gain no benefit from any kind of cover, other than total like full on cover, and you suffer no disadvantage due to long range. If you hit them, it does 3d6.
Wow.
But here's the drawback though. If you use any other weapon to try to hit them, anything else but that bow is a disadvantage.
No, read that again. When
Oh,
you
wait.
when your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls with
Oh,
all
okay,
other weapons.
so that would include magic though, because that's different.
Yeah, it'd be weapons.
So in other words, it's a little too situational.
also
Yeah,
proficiency with a longbow allows you as you
proficiency.
Thank you. Bonus to attack roll for any attack you make with it.
You know what? I know what I'm gonna pick up, and
I
I just thought about it, and I love it because it's not even that expensive. I can actually pick it up using the party funds even. The scimitar of life stealing.
Ooh.
And it's only a little more than 1,000 GP too, so I can easily even with my actual funds I can pick that up.
Query: which would be better, the light crossbow or the short bow?
Go
I'd say the short bow.
Yeah.
Why not the crossbow though?
Well, I mean, it's more or less up to you, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, is it a personal preference thing? Because if it's a personal preference, then I'd like to go with the crossbow to separate myself from everyone else who has a freaking short bow or whatever.
Yeah, it's a personal preference thing. It's just a lot of us like the short bow because it's just we just know the short bow quicker.
Oh Lord, here's something.
Well, then I think I might. Well, I think I might go with the light crossbow. Oh, that's the case. Again, I've been meaning to fix this issue with my lack of long range options. I know it's supposed to be
one thing that is different from a crossbow. Two things different from a light crossbow and a short bow, so you're aware.
Yes.
A crossbow does 1d8. It does more damage base. Then, however, a crossbow has a loading property, which needs a bonus action to load it.
Yeah. Which is why I prefer the short bow because it's just
while the short bow is quicker, the crossbow hits harder.
So yes, the scenario would be this. Let's say you're in a situation where you have no melee option as your character, right?
Yeah.
You have 2 attacks. You could fire off 2 arrows with your short bow.
Yeah.
You could only shoot 1 with your crossbow because you would need your bonus action then to happen to reload it for the next turn.
Unless you had already, because some people do it this way, and I know some people do it this way because it's actually a very valid thing. They'll preload it before combat, so they can fire it, load, fire it. But then that's only if that's only
Nope.
for
Nope.
so.
Nope. Because your action has to happen. Your action can't. Your action for attack. Your attack action cannot be broken up. I don't believe.
No, I'm
Oh well,
saying, like,
maybe it can. Hold on.
combat, like even
You
before
can
combat,
move it.
preload
Yeah.
it normally.
Uh,
I'm definitely picking up the scimitar by stealing because I read it and I'm like, hello. But
So in
just
other words, what you're saying is it's best for me to go with the short bow.
pretty much, yeah. By the way, just to make things easy,
DLBot, look at the chat. I did just post the loading property into the chat in the
yeah.
Roll20.
Which, by the way, because of the fact of the sword of life stealing basically being attunement, I will end up having to get rid of one of my items. So I'm probably gonna end up selling off the pearl of power because I barely use that anymore.
yeah, that's another thing too. So the
Yeah.
make
so
sure
I'm
if you
gonna-
guys are looking at items, you look at attunement.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
How much would the pearl of power sell for so I could know? So I
Atti-
could mark it off
atti-
the price that I'm spending.
What exactly does would there need to be any attunement for like the short bow?
No, weapons generally don't. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up selling the. How much would the pearl of power knock off of the price I'm spending?
Nothing. He's not buying. He's only selling.
Oh, okay, then I'll just detune from the pearl of power and then just.
And then sell it when you get a chance. Yeah.
I want to take the amulet of health.
Do you have? Now this is where it comes into play. That's 8,000, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
I'm back.
Hold on.
Had to feel something real quick,
Let's
but
see, I
yeah, I'm
got
gonna detune from
Stone
the
of Good Luck, Quiver, Bracers, Boots.
there. So now
Question: how many tournament slots am I allowed to have?
it's 3.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that's why when I looked at the item, I'm like, I'll still get the scimitar of life stealing, obviously, because it's really. Can it be any weapon? Or does it have to be specifically a scimitar because of the way he's selling it here?
It's a scimitar.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to make sure it wasn't like I could change it if I bought it or something like that. But okay, that's fine. I can work with that still. And by the way, DL, don't worry about marking off the gold for the short bow. I think it was. I think that was the price for it.
Yeah, I
already
decided on the short bow.
I already did it with the party gold, so don't worry about knocking off your own stuff.
Let's see.
I'd like to ask a thing of the DM, because if it's a bonus action to load, my rogue is useless because I can't use any of my bonus action stuff. If that is the loading property.
Is that what's on your hand crossbow?
Yes, I have loading on the hand crossbow, but looking at loading, you fire the ammunition and load it as part of the action.
You have a property to be able to reload that, don't you? Don't you have a feat or something that lets you do that?
Do
Uncanny, right? Because the having to reload the item is a bonus action. So if your hand crossbow needs that and it's not part of the, then we may have been doing that wrong.
Because it's just, I looked up the loading action in the compendium. Loading is you load it as part of the action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make.
If I roll 20, then it does get.
Let's see. Hold on.
I posted it in the chat because that.
Let's see.
Damage 10. I'm gonna add the necrotic thing to the sword, even though like I'm not gonna hit a 20 a good chunk of the time. I'll
Yes.
still add it just to have it there.
Yeah. So as long as you don't have it, like your attacks don't say they have to happen right after the other. That's the way. That's the reason you guys can attack and then move and then make your second attack. Like your action of attack, your attack action can be broken up in between the two attacks.
Because remember,
So
the things when I hit a creature with this magic weapon and basically roll a nat 20 on it, I do 10 extra necrotic. So I'll still add it to there to have it, but otherwise it won't come up. It'll just be there in case it does hit a nat 20.
so if you're, but you don't do 2 attacks a turn.
I know, but there'll be sometimes.
No,
where,
I'm
like,
talking about to Scotty. Nyx doesn't do 2 attacks a turn, right? So he's only got the 1 attack. So he never has had to do 2 shots from the crossbow in a turn. But yeah, you're right. He should be
okay.
loading. He should be loading it on his bonus action.
Is that the
No,
that's not the necrotic. That's only the slashing. Oh, duh, damage 2. There we go. Don't worry with me. I'm just trying to make this work. There we go. Yeah, the 10 that's there, by the way, that's just in case it ever.
The loading is part of the action.
that's the exact word-for-word text from the compendium for the loading action,
All right.
or the
Let me
loading feature.
That's confusing as hell. I'll look it up in more detail.
But yeah, there's nothing in that list that directly benefits Nick, so he's going to be up to the party if they want anything, because a lot of it is either
Yeah, and there's nothing.
too expensive or doesn't really benefit Rogue.
I mean, the only reason I'm picking up the Scimitar of Life Stealing is simply for the fact that if I hit a nat 20, they take 10 necrotic, and I literally suck out 10 hit points from them, basically. Like, the 10 necrotic basically becomes 10 temporary hit points for me.
I was thinking taking the alien of health, but
I looked at that. I looked at that myself, but that's a little too. It's not that it's too expensive per se. It's that, like, with the way you are, I don't think you really need it per se.
no.
Plus, Sentai, I don't think this guy does credit, so it's just like, yeah, I'll take this. I'll just pay you back in installments.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything for Angus.
Construct or dead.
Right.
So what are you guys buying? So I can keep you.
I am going to
what's
take
been
the
on-
short
what-
bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I already
here's
knocked
so what got knocked off of the party's gold?
currently 2,060 gold because of the Scimitar of Life Stealing and the short.
Okay. Here's the concern I'm having about the party gold, and I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn for the party because everyone seems to be okay with it. But
Yeah.
if I were in the party, Hiiro, I would be concerned because you're spending something on yourself from the party gold. I feel like at this point, if you're dipping into that party gold for something personal, then we should divide up the gold so everyone has an equal share of gold to spend.
I would say at this point we'll divide it out. We'll divide it a bit out to this point. That's the only thing I got from this. That's the only
Okay.
thing I.
So what's the total party gold number you have right now?
The party
Before
gold
the 2,000, before anyone spends anything.
I need to quickly add that, bro. I need to quickly add that back together real quick. Sorry, took it off of there. So
That's okay.
What was 2,060? Really? I can't. That doesn't sound right. I know it was closer to 14,000 something, but for some reason the number that I'm getting is only like 13. That's not. Did we have about 13,000 gold?
I don't know. I've been having you guys keep track of it. So
it's close to 14. It's the amount that I'm getting currently. It's like 13,505 basically.
okay, 13,505.
Yes.
And so get rid of the party gold, and everybody gets an additional, whatever's on your personal gets an additional 2,701 gold pieces.
Yeah. So
So-
means I'm currently taking 1,000. I'm taking 1,030 out of that. So let me just.
So whatever your personal gold is, add 2,701 to it. There is no more party. There's no party gold right now. If you want to keep track of it and divide it again, like whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
which, by the way, DL, we're me and you personally, since you're getting the short bow and I'm getting the scimitar list stealing, we're only adding about 1,671.
Or you can just add the total and then start taking and subtracting your stuff out. Either whatever's easier. But
I just did it that way myself because it was easy for me. So it's 4, 8. So that makes that 3. Hold on.
Did you take any gold off of yours yet, Daniel?
Oh, hang on. Let me take a look real quick. I believe the hero said he had not to worry about knocking it off from.
We just all right. Have I caught you not listening to what's going on, Daniel?
No. Honestly, I remember the hero told me
just
earlier.
just now. I was just talking about the way we're going to divide the gold. Did you hear that?
Fair enough. All right. Okay. Yes, I did. I did.
I just updated your sheet with the additional gold for your thing.
Okay. So
does anyone else need me with the calculator up to tell them how much gold they should have?
No,
No.
I was pretty easy. I just had to add all up.
Perfect.
So that's what. Okay, so I just need to use. Let me bring out the
You
calculator.
You should take out whatever it is that you have for your item at that point.
I probably should just made it easier for myself by taking the gold and then subtracting it. But...
Yeah, I was getting concerned because no one was buying anything except you with the party gold, so that didn't seem.
I was also paying for. I was also at that point paying for his the short bow too, so it wasn't just.
Yeah, I know that's a huge price difference there on those two things.
Okay, and that will give me 470 gold is all I have left right now.
470. What did you buy?
Oh, I
only bought the short.
You should have more than that because I have close to.
You should have more than that.
It says here I have 1,500 gold. Oh, it says here on my character sheet.
Hold on.
You should have had
no. Where are you looking at? Because I'm looking at your sheet and it says 4,000.
Oh, wait! I see here. I was looking at the actual at the items. I wasn't looking at the top here. Okay, so all right, so my bad. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's where you should be tracking your gold right there.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay. This 1,500 gold. Where did that come from? Because that obviously never got added to your total. You wrote that on your thing. Right. All right, then this is that's right
above Shadow Spike.
All right, so don't put the gold there. Put it up in the thing. So that means you need to.
I didn't put it there, honestly. I don't think I did. Did I?
I didn't. Not just remembering it, so it doesn't matter now because now it's been fixed at least. So
there's your gold total. So subtract what you need to for your items. So, no one else buy anything? Just those two items? A short bow, and okay.
Because no one else said they found anything that they wanted. So
yeah, it was nothing for. Like I said, there was nothing for Angus. So.
Which, by the way, I will be throwing the.
There wasn't really anything that I was looking for on that list, so I'm fine.
What about you, Nix?
I think he said the same thing. I'm pretty sure. Besides, I'm pretty sure it's what was said.
Okay.
That will equal. Here we go.
Well, so in game terms, guys, how this is, if you could not tell from what I was saying, was that as far as game terms go, when you level, we're going to do this again, and we'll do the one reboot if we need to, and I'm doing it random. It's fair. That's the best way I can do that. I did specific stuff for you when we did the kind of hand-picked things, but we're going to allow an option to call forth the Infinite Expanse magic tower, and
This is honestly very fair because like it's kind of how magic items are in this kind of world to begin with. Like you're not going to always come across exactly.
it's not Walmart. You're not gonna find exactly what you want when you get in there. So
Even though
Okay.
Right.
I didn't need the scimitar of life stealing from here, but I picked it up simply because I'm a squishy caster. The temporary hit points are going to come in handy at some point.
Right. Okay. So that
So
leaves
it's
me with
like, yeah,
3,239 gold.
Yeah, well, obvious. Like I did think about that. I should have actually thought about that, but like thinking about it now, like I know things that are like like going for like the potions and stuff like that, like the health potions that I picked up way back when those were different because those were obviously going to be for the party overall.
yeah. Have you noticed he does not sell potions?
I know. I'm just bringing it up as like an in
The most he is
general,
selling is a quote unquote amulet of health.
Which is
I
which is expensive.
it's expensive, but the thing is though, it's worth it. It's expensive, but I don't think anyone here really needs it.
No, not me.
Yeah, it's like $6 in gold for an amulet. That yes, it turns your con score to a 19, but with some of us, we're very close to a 19 con to begin with. So what
Well,
extra?
the only thing about you got to think about con increases is that it retroactively will update your hit points. Like because Flutter took a con point of his 2 points. He took one on a wisdom, one on con, and the con actually just immediately gave him 8 more hit points.
The problem is though, is that it's doing that now. Is the problem is, but because the party goal now being split like this, we'd have to. It'd be weird, kind of.
You would have to pool it and like either like IOU or say, hey, it's worth it for the party to get this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't really see it being useful because like we have 2 people that are going to be up front all the time, and the squishier people are always towards the back, anyways.
So you're not going to get the scimitar?
I already got the scimitar. I'm keeping that for any case I need.
What?
But the amulet of health is a different story.
Right. What about the rope of climbing? Given that we're going to be doing a lot of traveling, do you think we might need it?
You guys have one.
Oh, we
We
do?
already have one.
My bad.
Yeah, remember we bought that a while back.
You can get another one, but I do believe your bard has a rope of climbing.
I don't see the need for a second
Hold
one.
on, let me double check.
If you remember, you did, because didn't you use that and that unmovable rod to like get your way out of that? Remember when you were walking down?
Right.
You were walking down the slick bank, sliding into that river.
Yeah,
I do have one, so we're fine.
Yeah,
all right.
We're good. That's all we needed. So I think we're good to go on that.
Okay. Back to town. It's late. It's still late in the middle of the night, so I'm assuming back to town to rest.
Yep.
And then back on the road again.
On the road again.
Good.
I knew we were going there.
All right. So you head out of Tribord and you keep heading south as you know you need to do, and spend the night uneventfully. Decide to go ahead like in Westbridge, and it's just another. I mean, these towns are fairly similar. They're you're passing the Desserin Hills down to Desserin Valley, and on your next day after that, you're traveling, and you notice up about a quarter of a mile away, up on a hill, you start hearing it before you see it. You notice a crumbling tower on this hill, but you could hear like some kind of like wailing. It's the tower is crumbling.
Oh dear.
The hill is like it's this crumbling tower on this top of this hill. Parts of it's like normally like the conical roof that like look like a cone like have fallen apart.
Yeah.
Some of the outer shell is empty. You can see there's like holes. There's like hawks circling over above it. But you definitely can hear like some kind of like it sounds like a creature of some kind is wallowing. It sounds like in like anguish. Like you can hear it's very like emotional wailing sort of coming out of it, guttural almost.
So is this in the Desert Valley?
This is before, as you're on your heading, when you're heading that direction, you're almost to that place off the long road. It would be past the
Excuse me.
past Westbridge, but you are not. You're probably closer to this, like the slumbering hills halfway between Westbridge and Red Larch.
Mm-hmm. I'm all too
By
familiar
the way,
with this
since
area.
we rested for the night, would that mean that
We
we're
should-
able
All of
to?
your stuff, all of your stuff should be
Mhm.
up. Your hit points,
All right.
your spell slots, everything.
That's plug.
That's,
You were saying, Scotty,
Yeah.
about the valley.
I'm just all too familiar with this area because I played the campaign it's set in. The Princes of the Apocalypse one, because that's set
Oh.
in the Slumbering Hills.
Cool.
And there's only one creature I know that could be wailing, and I don't want to fight it.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Oh no.
it couldn't hurt to know what it is, so maybe we just scout, but not get involved in case it's something that might.
I
want
could
to-
scout ahead, but
Because obviously there's going to be certain fights that we just should not be getting into.
it's up to the party. What does the party want to do?
It is up to the party.
I
What's the
think
party want?
Maybe just keep moving on.
You guys can go right past it. That
let's
is okay. Hold on again.
Yeah, let's just ignore that wailing creature, because if it's one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
agreed.
Because I mean, what's worse, fighting a giant, or possibly if it's a wailing creature, fighting a banshee?
Banshees ain't fun. Let me tell you that.
They can
Actually,
kill
I
you by screaming at you.
You know what? You know, it's actually worse though. Dealing with a hag.
Oh no! There's worse. Mind flare.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I hate those. I hate and
I've never
So-
dealt with one personally, but they are terrifying.
I have.
So, what was the consensus? Are you gonna scout? You're gonna just move on past, leave it
Move
alone?
on back.
Moving
Move on
on.
past.
Move on past.
All right. Well, you move on past, and nothing happens. You head on, and I assume stay the night after your day of travel in Red Larch, and that's where we're gonna have to end it. Skipped an encounter that could have happened, and that's the one I had planned for, but that's okay. It's fine. You got your magic items. You're the next thing. The next session will be getting to the lair, so we are
Nice.
going to be okay. So
Okay.
so
I need to get in the fight. So
good instincts, kind of on giving the dude. If you know, I was like, if they trust the guy enough to give him that 1,000. Then you know something will happen. So now you've got a magic shop that'll happen as you level, and maybe some good stuff, but maybe some gems, maybe some fantastical treasures that are make a difference in things. We'll see. So
I just thought about something. In the next session, at some point, we need to pick up the diamonds too. I just remembered those.
pick up what
Pick up diamonds for our
you can do.
verify spell.
You can do that, and you can do that in the next town. That's fine.
Yeah, because I remember that because I need to pick up because we can pick up we can pick up a good number of them, but they cost 300, so we might have to it's going to be limited numbers basically.
Yeah. And that's something you can decide as a party if everyone wants to chip in, because those are beneficial for resurrecting people if they die. You guys can split the cost. If not, I'll just let that up to you guys. All right. But no combat tonight. I know that's kind of weird, but I hope you guys enjoyed the magic shopping and the whole thing of having a venue now to be able to as you level, there's a kind of a convenient little way of getting thing. And I thought it was kind of a cool little thing to have, like a business card that you gotta do that.
Obviously, at that point, sticking it in the bag I'm sticking it in the bag of holding because
Right.
I want to be able to pull it out at a moment's notice. So
He said
the chance for things to go wrong.
And the Archmage Fictus did let you know the reason, as you were just casually talking, that the reason it was called the Infinite Expanse was because that's what they used to say about his belt.
Ah.
I get
So-
it.
So,
Anyway.
Anyway,
all right.
that's going to do it for this edition of Another Rising Legends. It is time for the sign-offs. Go!
I have been your flamboyant flyer, Flutter Gun ID, saying, more on flyers.
I have been here, Spirit King. I swear to God, if next session I hear one single fucking blueberry joke, I'm gutting you like a fish.
If you want to fax me, press the star key.
Oh come on, that's just rude. Better just stay raspberry.
What's Nosberry?
Only one man who dare give me the raspberry.
You're turning violet, Violet.
Lodestar.
Anyway,
Okay.
Scotty?
I'm in your Crimson Pfizer, and I wish I could buy something, but them's the breaks. Maybe one day.
Yeah. I being a goblin studying a called podcaster said to Master 100, and don't piss me off, or you find the business end of my blade of fury.
Anyway. And I, of course, have been your constant beloved overlord. We've got a short Dan, Table 2016. My name just a passing through Toku fan. Remember that? And, word of the wise. If you come across a hooded elf in a bar and he's offering to, and give you connection to someone who might sell you good shit, sometimes it's best just us giving them the money.
It's one of the things you kind of have to think about it. Like, do you look trustworthy? If so, then yes, but we don't know sometimes.
Fair. Anyway, and our DM Markus says,
Good night, good job. I'll most likely kill you next week.
Maybe.
Maybe. It won't be me. It'll be giants. Remember, I am reading what the monsters know what they're doing, so we'll see how the fights go.
"Oh no! Okay. For those of you who don't know, currently he is reading a Dungeon Master strategy guide book about monster strategies.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Which that means I think I might have to start staying in the back line a little more because I'm kind of a threat when I'm in the front line a little more.
Anyway.
Anyway. Don't forget to praise every meal of goddamn Corota, and of course, ciao. We'll see you on next time, folks. Also, if you're going out, make sure to wear a mask, wash your hands. Practice this thing, don't be a kid, or it's not able to likes it. And if you're not already able to get your shot for the COVID vaccine, and we'd like to all go back outside, booster shots included.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are wearing your mask, and if you have gotten your vaccine shot, make sure to wear a mask as often as possible when you go. I remember hashtag avoid the Delta and the Omicron.
Yeah, definitely changed.
Anyway, have a good night, folks. Take care. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Laters. And I'll see you.